Alright, hello and welcome to fmbpdota's cast of CEVO round 5. We got Chibiusa's minions going up against cGc.Requiem. Yeah, and we're into the ban phase here. I'm casting this with Callie, whose mic does not work on the picks ban screen, so he'll chime in once the game gets underway. But the first ban, Chibiusa's minions.
Okay, I can't hear you now if you're talking. Oh, I can hear that. If that's not bad. I don't think I can hear you in game.
Radiant team pick.
What about now?
Dire team pick.
No. No.
Whatever, I'm just gonna keep
Was the
talking.
bubble popping up for you before the draft? Okay, well, just go ahead. Hopefully it fixes itself.
Alright, so first ban's out. We got Batrider and Coddle for Chibiusa's minions. Pretty common first round bans. The mid abilities of the Batrider is too strong, and the counter push from the Coddle is just too much. And then we got the Nyx Assassin ban from cGc because he's annoying, he terrorizes people. And then the Darkseer banned out there as well. Not as good as it used to be, but definitely still first round material, I guess. And so the first pick was Magnus, so Magnus not banned out in the first round. Maybe Chibiusa isn't so worried about that. And then Shadow Demon Lifestealer picked up in the first round. Pretty potent lane combination there from Chibiusa. Got the Disrupt from Shadow Demon, Lifestealer gets close, you got the open wounds, it's Soul Catcher doing so much damage. Able to take out almost anyone. Usually see it in aggressive tri lanes, they might pick up a Lina here, but then their strat's pretty much revealed, or they'll just pick up a Lina or something in the second picking phase. And then more importantly, we got an interesting Earthshaker pickup here from cGc and a Weaver, so we'll have to see how their lanes work out here.
Reserve time.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, so you are recording then? Want to just do the draft in here then?
Queen of pick. Radiant team pick.
Wait, it's not just always recording? Oh, but I can hear me, right? Expert analysis incoming.
Okay, sorry for some technical difficulties. That's why Callie is saying things, because he's responding to me.
Well, just change your event key maybe real
vent.
quick. We can at least get some... We need some more ad clicking.
Radiant team ban.
Okay, so Queen of Pain pickup, so a very strong middle.
So it's just gonna be my voice right now in this beginning of the game.
Team ban.
Oh, I suppose I could just transmit twice. So we got the Queen of Pain going into the mid lane, pretty strong mid pickup, so not gonna pick up their second support there for Chibiusa. And we got some bans coming out, so the obvious Lina Leshrac ban there for the Shadow Demon, and then a Rubik band out from Chibiusa.
Yeah, did you already talk about the Earthshaker, or are you surprised at all about that?
I have not really. I was just happy to see Earthshaker showing up, but I haven't really talked about its implications just because I don't know. He'll be in the defensive tri lane, I would assume.
It's like washed up new meta incoming.
Yeah, pretty much. They pioneered.
Well, I think we pointed it out enough at least in that EG game we did, where it can be very beneficial in disrupting. It can be good in a defensive tri lane. I think we saw there, even though in the end it didn't really work out for EG, just because just got the dagger a little bit too late and didn't really have a big impact. An Earthshaker impact.
didn't shake the earth on impact. Alright, but some more bans. Undying banned out just for his team fight potential there, more than likely. And then Bounty Hunter banned out as a possible off-lane candidate for Chibiusa. And we'll see what their last ban is here. Requiem's lineup's not as obvious. You could have Weaver in a tri-lane, you could have Weaver mid, or you could have Weaver off-lane. But with the Magnus, I'm expecting Magnus mid, but again, he could go off-lane. I think Earthshaker's the only one set in stone to go to a tri-lane with Bane, it looks like. Nightmare to set up the Fisher blocks, most likely, the thought process there.
Yeah, I haven't really seen too many Earthshakers solo mid since Kurikai did it in Dota 1 and got that Lothar's Edge, I guess, since it was called that in Dota 1, into Desolator, which devastated pubs left and right. But that was a weaker time, I guess, in terms of
that was a long
Dota.
time ago.
Yeah. Definitely not really relevant, so yeah. But Wisp being banned out as well. I was gonna mention with the zombie ban, it's just really annoying hero to go against as a Queen of Pain for sure. Just because as soon as you blink in, they can drop a tombstone, and if you don't use it to blink in, then you're basically just using it to blink out. And then if you do that, well, you're kind of not really in the fight, and then you have to just kind of walk around for a little bit. But if you blink in, drop the tombstone and the decay, and the stuns just go right on you, so it's kind of a hard hero for Queen of Pain to deal with, especially with low right clicks that she does have. She's pretty much all magic damage. Early on, she's not able to take out that tombstone.
Alright, so we got Jakiro picked up from Chibiusa, which the support you see less often, but with Lina and Leshrac, the two, they probably wanted to pair up with Shadow Demon. At least you can layer the Ice Path over the Disrupt, as well as the Macro Pyre later on in the game. And then, more interestingly, we got a Storm Spirit that looks like he will most likely take the mid, or I suppose you could tri-lane and have Intel carry a Storm Spirit. I don't know. It's really... I like Requiem's lineup just because
I just saw that,
strange,
actually.
but I don't know. Sometimes the strange lineups can bite you in the behind.
Reserve time.
Yeah, I just saw Dendi rocking a Storm Spirit in the safe lane and getting a nice farm up, getting that Orchid, so... That was Navi versus... Who'd they just play today?
Fnatic, I believe.
Fnatic? Yeah. I won't spoil what happened, how it went, or anything like that, but, it's interesting. It's the same thing we saw in that Queen of Pain game, where Queen of Pain went bottom for EG and was able to farm up a little bit that way, so same kind of idea.
And then the last pick is...
And I think that is what they'll do, by the way.
Yeah, I think so too, but it's still slightly open-ended. The last pick is a Tidehunter offlane, who, I don't know if they have Weaver offlane, he might get demolished. But only time will tell. And hopefully our mics work in-game, because we've been having some technical difficulties. If people on YouTube already, when you're seeing this in the future, have noticed.
Yeah, little technical difficulties. It'd be a real shame if they didn't work. Let's check.
I see my bubble, so...
Prepare for battle.
I can't hear you. Maybe I'll just need to restart Dota.
Yeah, maybe just restart it. I think it was working on the Pixband screen as well.
Hopefully I can reconnect.
Yeah. Alright, I'll quickly introduce the Dire here, as usual, as I like to do.
Yeah, go ahead. I won't be able to hear you, I guess, but just go ahead. Okay.
Alright, Kylie's reconnecting. He couldn't hear me as a broadcaster. I'm not sure why.
I might have, yeah. I shall check.
So luckily, Requiem having some difficulties on their end. They land together. So I think one of the land PCs is bugging out. Thus the pause. But we'll have this game underway shortly. Hopefully I'll be able to hear Callie. And vice versa.
So would that not be able to, I wouldn't be able to hear you though with that? That's odd. Well, okay, try say something in game.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. You just can't hear me, I guess. The bubble shows up for me though.
Does it? You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
But I cannot hear you.
Well, I don't know. Talking in game, I guess. Yeah, of course.
Alright, so
Yeah.
I can't hear Callie, but he can hear me now, but I'm just gonna solo cast for a while he fixes that up. So we got J-Rar going up on the Shadow Demon in this defensive tri-lane. They're actually doing defensive. Extravagant here in the mid lane on the Quap.
30 seconds to battle.
JNT offlaning in that Tidehunter, going up against Requiem. I'm sorry, Jeb on the Magnus, so slightly better matchup. Rainbow Dash here on the Nakes in that defensive tri, as well as Chibista on the
Hello?
Shakira. Oh, I can hear you now.
Test, yeah? You can hear
Yeah,
me?
you're good.
I just left vent. Maybe that's why.
Oh, okay. That sounds good. Go ahead and introduce
cool.
Radiant for us here. We're not going to have a conflict. We had some good wards just dropped there by the Radiant to block that camp and the Sentry not dewarding.
Hello? Yeah, sure, okay. So we got Karma playing the Weaver up in the top lane. He's going to be there with Cahill, I guess? I don't know. Cahill? On the Bane. Yeah. Jackster as well on the Earthshaker. I mean, the top. We got Kish in the middle lane playing that Storm Spirit. So mid lane Storm Spirit against Quap. That's pretty interesting. You don't see it a lot anymore, but I still think Quap would have the inherent advantage in that lane. And we've got Jeb on the bottom lane playing that Magnus.
Yeah, indeed. So we got a surprising aggressive tri-lane, I think, from Requiem coming out of here with just Bane, Weaver, and Earthshaker. It's a little interesting considering, I mean, how strong the defensive tri-lane is from Chibiusa's minions, but I think
this is
Nakes is the stronger carry.
Sometimes they go on offensive.
So it is probably good to shut down his farm. And we got Kish in the mid lane, taking a bit of an advantage. Entering that Quap down pretty low. Making Quap blink to escape there.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there. Must be a nice play. Maybe he's just spamming that static remnant and getting the auto attacks in from overload damage. Sorry.
Overload damage. Yeah, it is pretty strong. The extra 30 damage here at level 1 is Shadow Strike onto Kish. Kish, yeah, we just saw the overload doing a ton of damage there on that right click. But now Kish taking a little bit. He's got his bottle up already, so.
Well, I was just gonna say that's definitely how Kish has to play this as a Storm Spirit. Either if the Queen of Pain jumps on you, then you can drop that remnant and then pull him in with the vortex. That's going to be a lot of damage, but I don't think the Queen of Pain would do that. The only thing the Queen of Pain would do that we're seeing extravagant do is run in with that Shadow Strike and just try to get some auto attacks. But Kish is not backing down. If he runs away in that situation, he's going to take a lot of harass. But he's just manning up, popping a remnant, and deciding to fight. And I think he's getting the better of those trades.
Yo, one sec, Callie, just take over.
All right, sure. So like I guess I've been kind of saying, Kish is doing a really good job in the middle lane. He's leading last hits with 12 right now, followed by JNT on the Tidehunter. A little harass being traded back and forth in the middle lane, but Tidehunter, he's gonna do pretty well here against the melee Magnus in the bottom lane. I'm not really sure how these lanes kind of formulated since all that confusion in the beginning of the game, but I really expected the Storm Spirit to be in the bottom lane, solo if anything, and possibly just the Weaver up top. But I'm not seeing that. Maybe they thought, maybe after seeing the Tidehunter pick out of Chibiusa, they thought the Magnus would do okay against that. And but in middle lane here, Quap with the haste,
Quap going in. The Shadow Strike not going to be enough, and I'm back. Obviously, sorry. Some roommates came down and asked me some questions. They asked me if I had a really nice wireless router, which for some reason I do.
Okay. Well, that's good then. Yeah, so that was a close call there. Nice, making the best use of that haste rune. I guess Extravagant was able to pick that up with blinking ability of Quap.
Yeah, not able to get the first blood, but definitely buying space in the mid lane to catch up in last hits. Sent Storm Spirit back there. Kish, I guess that's who's playing that. So he's at 15 last hits, and now Extravagant at 12, able to catch up a little. And no action in the top lane, and I think that's just because the offensive tri-lane coming out from Requiem is a little strange, but Weaver actually ahead of Nakes in the last hit department, so I suppose it's working out, but it's still pretty close. JNT here in the bot lane, let's see how he's doing. He's got 17 last hits and 8 denies, so most in the game, followed by Magnus at 15 and 0, so again, every lane pretty close. I really think the first kill is going to play a big part in this game, which sounds silly to say, but sometimes first blood doesn't really matter.
No, it's true. But check out the top lane here. It's a little tragic. They've placed the sentry ward, but just unable to spot that observer ward. Maybe it was placed afterwards. I'm not really sure, actually, but Jay looking for it now. Maybe he's going to shoot he's got no shadow poison, so he's going to have to walk all the way around and see it, or else just not pull it all.
Well, the sentry has just run out. He might go on Requiem here. He gets caught in an ice path. Dual breath there, but he actually Saguchi's out of it, and then Cahill gonna get a little caught out, the open wounds, but can J-Rar go down first with the first blood? Requiem Cahill drawing the first blood with the brain sap, getting his health back, so he's not gonna go down, and here's the Nightmare, the power of Bane onto Chibiusa, but a 3-man ice path, but body blocking gonna be enough, not enough mana for a Fisher, but the right click from Jackster there, I guess that was a enchant totem right click, so enough damage there, and the offensive tri-lane finally strikes.
Yeah, you know, we did expect to see a defensive tri-lane here. Or
another dive onto Kish. He's going down. One more tick and he's dead. And Queen of Pain gets that kill in the mid lane. And now you can continue your point.
Yeah, I was just going to say that Weaver actually is pretty strong in a tri-lane with that Jevenate attack, as well as the Sakuchi just pretty much unable to die. If you can play it properly, of course. And I think you mentioned that a few months ago, at least, that you've seen Weaver in a tri-lane a few times.
Yeah, so I like it because you can get that that level 6 up pretty quick, and then you can tower dive like crazy with backtrack. And if you're he's level 4 now compared to Nyx is 4 as well. So at level 6 we can see them be more aggressive. But I usually see it in the defensive lane or the safe lane. Where you're just going to push down the tower really quick and hit 6 fast because your supports are pulling and getting their levels, and you're getting solo XP, and that way you get 6, you can dive there off laner and you can push down the towers pretty quickly.
Yeah, yeah, we're actually seeing in the middle lane how I guess kind of why Storm Spirit just isn't really picked that often anymore. Oh, a kill going here, nice job by JNT using the Ravage to take out Magnus.
I just noticed something, the new update. I can see your view on the mini-map of what you're looking at, and it's really tripping me out.
Oh, really? I'm not, okay.
You're looking at mid now, right?
I can't see what you're looking at, though. Oh, but check out top, though.
Back at top, okay, more important things.
Check out top.
So we got the Nightmare and the J-Rar, and then the Fisher taking that Fisher damage. Enchant Totem going down, just melted. Here we got Rainbow Cake. Also taking a ton of damage. Weaver, the Saguchi damage is there. Ice Path not going to be enough to save. And that's another 2 kills going to the top tri-lane here. And yeah, so 4-2 now is the score. Requiem in the lead.
Yeah, Requiem really making up from losing, I guess, mid and bottom pretty handedly because of those 2 kills. Extravagant, no, he's going to miss him with the Scream of Pain. But I was just going to say the difference in the mid lane for these 2 heroes is Queen of Pain is strongest, or is not really dependent on getting level 6. Well, the Storm Spirit definitely is, of course, but Queen of Pain, when she gets level 6, all she gets is like a subpar nuke that just does a little bit more than her
yeah, her level 4 Scream of Pain is actually better. So. But here come a gank from the support. Cahill and Jackster on the high cliff here. They were seen, there is a ward, Quap knows, that's why Extravagant's playing really far down on the bottom side of this mid tower. Very smart, so smartly so. Like, I'm trying to use smartly, it's not a word, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of trying to leech as much experience as he can while still staying safely away. And with the Queen of Pain, you can kind of do that. You might have to. No, the supports are gonna back off. Yeah.
So Karma did a good job there to go at the stack or the pull camp and grab the creep wave. So he's getting his last hits that way. So 34 compared to Nyx's 22. So I think this offensive tri lane has actually been quite successful once they got underway. And there's Kish, doesn't get the rune, and now he's got no mana to escape. Extravagant's got to take advantage of this. Blinking up the hill, there's the Shadow Strike, Scream of Pain. He's pretty low, right click, right click, right click is what we're going to see. Can he get denied by the neutrals though? No, he cannot. The Mud Golem, they did not want to bro out. But we got JNT going on Jeb here in the bot lane. And now JNT going to be able to get
RP though.
Possibly caught out by this... oh wait, are Quap and him on the same team? JK. Sorry, they're not tagged up.
They got support.
Yeah, but support from Cahill, nice Nightmare. And Extravagant able to pick up Magnus there in the back tree line. But he goes down and then supports TP down and make a big play. Pick off the Tide, who is the most farmed on the map right now, doing a great job. But checking out top, Karma Sentries are down. Backtrack, can he get away with the Saguchi? It's gonna be enough. Weaver is such an annoying hero. You gotta be kind of upset. And here comes Kish into the top lane. Picks up Rainbow Dash. .K. Now Karma's back in with pretty decent amounts of health. Gonna pick nice defensive disruption, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. Oh, the Static Revenant, I believe. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Remnant. Able to pick off those illusions instantly, so no confusion for Karma there. So just right click with a Geminate attack. Able to take out J.
Yeah, doing what Storm Spirits do best, really just counter gank. The long drawn out gank on Karma there really left a lot of time for Storm Spirit to not only come up to the top lane with the TP, but he also had to spawn since from dying there. So lots of time there. The Weaver creating lots of time and space, and just given enough time for Kish to come in and pick up a nice double kill. So Requiem doing a good job responding to a strong start here by Extravagant as well as JNT on the Tidehunter.
Yeah, something I just noticed, Jeb actually picked up a bottle even though he's in the bot lane, and we've seen that a couple times now, actually. The 1v1 safe lane Magnus picking up a bottle. And we saw Quap in the same situation also pick up a bottle in one game we recently did. So just like to point that out. And there was a bit of a push going top there for Requiem, but they decided to back off. I'm trying to find Nakes.
Well, let's check out mid here.
Opting to just, yeah, checking out mid. Think out, dodges the Fisher, but here comes Kish with the Ball Lightning, but draining all of his mana pool. So now he's got to find a rune or use his bottle. He doesn't have a bottle. Is he correct? Yeah,
I think he's bottle crowing it, yeah.
Oh, TP out top from Orange. Oh, Jeb just TP'd back to the bot lane. Thought someone escaped narrowly. So Karma left alone now on the top lane. I think Jwar. The sentry is dropped from him, but wow, that Geminite attack is doing an insane amount of damage. I think Karma's going to get a solo kill despite the sentry. He's got Saguchi and he still has backtrack, so yeah, solo kill there for Karma, that's big. And there's the backtrack to full health to Saguchi out of there. He's annoying, and meanwhile, Extravagant dominating, able to kill in the bot lane, and the fight continues. Nice rupture there by JNT. Jeb going down. Extravagant with the counter sonic wave there to deal tons of damage. And then Extravagant able to pick off Kish most likely. JNT making some big plays with that big anchor smash damage.
Yeah, this is really crazy.
This is a crazy game.
Super strong top lane from Requiem, and just a super strong, I guess, other lanes for Chibiusa's minions. So putting a lot of faith in their off laner as well as their mid hero, and they're really picking up the slack here. So nice job there, and it's really going to lead to an exciting game, I feel.
Yeah, and so Nakes here, something we don't see so often, picking up a poor man's shield just so he can jungle a little earlier. Since his feast is level 1, you don't really prioritize feast in lane. There's the infest damage, really just infest to get health back. And then the open wounds on a Karma, but I think Karma may be able to get a solo kill. Here comes Backtrack. Backtrack is up. Oh, he doesn't have mana for it now, but he does have a clarity. He should pop this. Oh, possible. So who we got? Who got Jwar TP'd up here? Tower was not denied. Extravagance TP'd up here. Well. He's got an Invis rune. He's going to find Karma, but I don't know if he's got the burst. Doesn't have that Orchid yet at 12 minutes, as most people usually don't. Unless you're Murray.
Oh, Sakuchi's already done, so no, he's not going to even go for it. I think if he just keeps this Storm Spirit down, then he's really done his job quite well. Maybe even if he can transition a kill into a push. Kish just looking super squishy right now, only 750 health.
Indeed he is, and I think he's about to go down perhaps, unless he Ball Lightnings out. Extravagant's just not going to go for it. We'll see.
Yeah,
I don't think Extravagant can die in this situation, so, but not going to be able to get the kill because of Ball Lightning. And Cahill being very patient in the bot lane. He's just been sitting in the trees for a while and allowing Jeb to farm up safely, I guess.
He does have the brain set.
Here comes the dive. Oh, no. Sorry, what did you just say?
I was just gonna say, I was just gonna note that Bane does have his ultimate, so that's gonna be huge. I think the supports from Requiem are doing a little bit better. They both have their ultimates. That tri-lane just worked out so well for them up top.
Yeah, check out the levels here. 5 for Jakiro, 4 for Shadow Demon, 7, 7, 7. 7 is the carry for Chibiusa's minions right now on the Nate. And then Cahill and Jackster, I believe, level 7 right now with their ults. So that's pretty big. And Weaver at the top of the net worth chart. And then we got the mid and the offlaner, so pretty strong evidence here that the mid was 1 and the offlane was 1 for Chibiusa's minions. It's just that top tri-lane that struggled a little bit. And Extravagant is doing everything in his power to take this game. But he made me too much in his power.
Wow.
Kish able to really,
play.
I don't know, micro that fight up and just drop some Revenants, get some overloaded hits, ball lightning, and then hit. Just a really well managed fight there for Storm Spirit.
Yeah, unreal play there by Kish, just perfectly played, using that ball lightning just to
fight in the
blink
bot
a
lane.
little bit of the ways and dodge the Scream of Pain.
There's the Ravage there from JNT, able to pick off Cahill. But Chibista gonna go down as well. Requiem able to pick that kill off. Jeb maybe gonna go down. Chibista actually gets the kill, still alive right now. Gets the ice pack, maybe not gonna die, but there's the Echo Slam. Kish is down here in the bot lane, gonna be able to pick off JNT more than likely. He's got sitting on a bit of mana. Static overload, ball lightning, one more overload, or just a remnant, and then an overload. So well managed overloads again. So Kish, no stranger to the Storm Spirit, but Extravagant blinking in quickly with a big Sonic Wave, Scream of Pain damage onto Jackster on the Earthshaker, gonna go down. Karma TP's down. Finally stops farming, I guess. Fit 72 last hits currently.
Yeah, Chibiusa doing a nice job there, winning that. I feel like they won that bottom fight.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe it was just kind of a draw, but Cake just able to stay up in the top lane and grab their farm, so they kind of won in that sense.
Well, in the experience sense, the supports were there, and they picked up a lot. Level 7 on Chibista now. And
yeah,
Shadow Demon still 5, but...
Yeah, sorry, kind of a crazy story. We got the gold advantage, 2K in the lead of Requiem, and then the experience the other way, 2K leading for Chibiusa. So I guess that's probably just due to the kill advantage. Maybe the tier 1 tower up top going down as well. You can kind of attribute it to that as well. So, but as we've been saying, I guess just kind of harping on it. Two to three lanes, I guess, have been pretty much won by Chibiusa's minion. Although Kish, not really giving up on the middle lane. He's still there, and he did win a big fight against.
Yeah, making a bit of a comeback there.
We'll see if he can do it again. Yeah.
I would like to say at this point in the game, I think the XP is more important. To be 2K, XP is sort of a big deal. Maybe not. It's still pretty close. Rainbow Dash gonna TP out. Rage TP out, I think. No, I didn't use Rage. But Kish picked up the haster, and I think he saw it. They got nice wards here on this cliff, so... And
then mostly defensive wards here for the Radiants, so just kind of shows you. I guess both teams have more so defensive wards. Neither team really intend to take the fight to the other team right at this point.
So we got 3 bot lane for both teams right here. The 2 support and the carry. The tri lane has rotated bot lane. Weaver, like I mentioned, is sometimes used to just push towers, and here they are maybe trying to group up, push this tower. And Ravage is up right now for JNT. He could have a big impact on this, a Ravage into a Macro Pyre and then a Purge, but all 5 bot now for cGc.Requiem. And then the nice defensive disruption on the Fiend's Grip JNT, and he pops the fat Ravage there.
4-man Ravage. On
almost everyone. And the big RP from Jeb, he's going to go down and sacrifice his life, but well worth it. So that's 4 for 2 trade and an ultra kill for Kish. That makes up losing mid almost right there. He actually teleported, I guess is the best word, above the net worth of Quap right after that fight. And check out experience, he's now only 1 level behind.
That was one of the fattest early game RPs I've ever seen.
Seriously.
Especially right after the Tide pops his Ravage. Usually you can try to get into a good position, but he brings Tide all the way into 2 or 3 other heroes and pops the hugest RP. And yeah, ultra kill for Kish there.
And then the ball
Spirit.
lightning damage,
nice
just ending there onto the RP, the Remnant, and the Overload, just hitting everyone. Come to think of it, Storm
Rainbow
Spirit,
Dash might be in a little trouble up top.
Storm Spirit synergizes pretty well with
Oh, he's going for a TP.
that. He didn't rage,
Can
but
they get
there
the
is no
sleep
stun.
up
Ah, the
Oh.
Fisher, Max Rain Fisher! Oh, they should have let
Hey,
Cahill
there's
have
the
it with the
Earthshaker.
Nightmare. It would have been such a slow death.
The strength of the Earthshaker pick right now being seen.
Yeah, those super long range guaranteed stun. Mostly guaranteed, I suppose you can miss them. So now, the advantage that I think Chibiusa had in their XP is now vanquished after the team fight in the bot lane, and the gold graph is going up to 4K, maybe 5. So, and the kills obviously, as we can see now, are 16-2, so the game has pulled away slightly, but I think it's still quite close. Here we go, we got a lot of
definitely, especially
CGC
with
converging
such a
on the mid lane.
Hunter.
Static link onto JNT. Nice ball lightning overload attack. JNT gonna go down. Big Sonic wave from Extravagant though. Maybe gonna get Kish as well. Cahill. Nice brain sap to stay alive. Jackster manages to live, so a 2-for-1 Jab, just the sacrifice this game. Going down in that fight as well.
Really.
And Chibiusa just pushing that
2 for
bot
1, I
tower,
guess.
tier 1. The 2-for-1 in a bot tower. And Kish goes in. Can he get that one auto attack? Extravagant, maybe the bottle, but the ball lightning, enough damage there. Rainbow Dash, maybe gonna pick up Kish, but has to back off. He's enfeebled up, doing only like 80 damage, maybe 60 damage right now.
Yeah, they just want to take this tower at this point.
I think they're gonna get it. Lost tabs on where well, Karma's been up top farming on that Weaver, and still on top of the net worth rate, 8.4k and 108 last hits before 20 minutes. So for an offensive tri lane, that's a pretty good last hit mark at 20 minutes, I believe. Slightly over 100.
Yeah, he's going to pick up that tower as well. And he's already got his Lincoln Sphere now, so another 1,300 gold in the bank. He's going to be doing really well. We'll see if he goes for some nice damage items, maybe an MKB, maybe just straight for crit or something like that. So we'll have to just see what he likes. Maybe a Manta style even.
Yeah.
You know, all pretty good options.
Yeah, but that Lincoln's finish, that's going to be big. Already not that many guaranteed stuns, I guess, for Chibiusa's minions. I guess the Disrupt, which will be, or the Purge even, will be Lincoln sphered off. And Open Wounds as well,
Yeah.
but that is not as big of a deal because you can Saguchi out of that. Can you Saguchi out of Purge? Demonic Purge.
I am not sure. I know that if you purge while Saguchi, then they'll slow down.
It takes it off, but...
Yeah. I'm not sure the other way around. I would say you can... You know, I don't know. I'm not really sure. So won't
I
really
think you
comment on
can,
it.
but I think it's stupid.
Yeah. I know. Saguchi, I don't know. Come on, man. Little cheap spell. I hate it. It's just so annoying playing against the Weaver.
Yeah, I just need to pick up those big
Then a
stuns.
Weaver that gets Lincolns? Ugh.
Alright, so now we got most in the mid lane for both teams right now. Looking to just, I guess, team push, take out that mid tower. That's the last tier 1 standing, so I guess... And it really takes away the most map control if Requiem is able to get this mid tower. But, so the game's still pretty close here. We got Chibiusa minion, could take a big fight on this mid tier 1 tower.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And the wards, the defensive wards are just running out now for Chibiusa. But here comes some TPs in.
Ravage is up.
Is there a blink or
You see a
anything?
good Ravage.
Oh, we got a pipe. He rushed pipe, which is probably pretty
It's a
smart
pipe,
considering
yeah.
all the magic damage. There's a nice fish. No blink dagger yet on the Earthshaker. Ward up the hill there to get some vision so that they can
Tower is under
afford to stand on that low ground without getting jumped on. So all 5 in for the
Yeah,
mid lane. And we're
both-
going to have a big engagement more than likely. Or maybe just the tower might just go down with the Germanite attack. And yeah, they're just going to back off. They don't need to take a team fight.
middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you mentioned Kish as well as Extravagant. Both have their Orchids, so...
Yeah, double
I
orchids.
guess we'll just see. We might see a nice, a cool like trade of both silenced heroes, because you can use the silence while you're silenced. So might be kind of cool to see, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Might also be
the
pretty
orchid
boring
is
'cause they'll
mainly
just stare at each other.
going to be for Karma on the Weaver, right? Because you can't Saguchi when you're in it or backtrack. So
Yeah.
and it goes through. Does Orchid go through Lincoln's? I don't. We'll get back to that. Chibiusa gets nightmared up here after throwing an ice bath that
think
actually
it's
didn't
woke
land
up,
on
yeah.
anyone. And a big Fisher RP combo coming out from the supports off lane. That was ridiculous. A nice Fiend's Grip onto JNT. He's not going to be able to get the Ravage off. There's the Ravage. She's able to get it off. He could throw out another Anchor Smash before we drop, but it's a 3-for-3 trade right now. Cahill nightmares himself, but he's going to go down. Double kill for Rainbow Dash for the Nakes, gonna put him back into the game a little bit there. He's picking up, he's got drums now, he's had him for a while, so now on 2.2k. So what was that, 3 for 4 trade? Under a tower there, Karma at least doesn't go down, picks up the XP from the kills that were had. There's the double orchid already, first try, as soon as we brought it up. But I don't know if there's going to be enough damage to take anyone down. Maybe into the trees he finds him. Extravagant going to go down to Kish. Kish getting the revenge for losing that mid lane. And Karma, so they turned that around, but that was a buyback by Kish to come up and get that quad. So I think Chibiusa gets just a little bit ahead after that engagement.
Yeah, possibly, but I don't know. It was kind of a good job there as well by Requiem, so I'm not really sure if you could say it went either way, but
yeah, it's pretty stalemate.
But yeah, but the farm on the lifesteal, like you mentioned, is pretty solid. So I might be in a little bit of trouble here as the last hit's gonna hit him. Karma taking down Rainbow Dash before he was able to TP out. Nice job there by Karma, nice awareness, and he does pick up a Demon Edge, so probably going for MKB. That's what I would go for at least, but yeah, you never know. Maybe
you're getting
Daedalus,
you're gonna get Crystallis first.
Yeah, maybe he just wants to leave his options open. Don't really know, but we'll see. We'll have to see.
Sorry, I missed that kill.
MKB's probably better.
I was too busy drawing on the minimap since we're actually broadcasters this time. Or not the minimap, the ground.
Oh, really? I can't... Can you draw something? I can't see it, I don't think. I can draw as well, but I don't know if you could see it.
I cannot. It's unfortunate.
Ah, too bad. Well, that's alright. Yeah, I was gonna say that Kish is gonna be a little bit more effective, I think, now that oh, can they go on?
Here's an initiate. Here's the orchid onto Extravagant. Kish immediately orchid it again, caught in an ice path, gonna go down, so not worth it there. It's a big kill, but Weaver's net worth has exploded over everyone else's right now. But the chase continues. Oh, a nightmare. Can Jaxter live? The big Fisher. Tide's going to be slightly blocked, but Extravagant blinks over. One more Scream of Pain, or he can just pop the ult, but probably not worth it to do that. Oh, he wastes the pain.
He gets fogged.
But the auto attacks are going to be enough. Extravagant hitting for quite a... Requiem picking up a kill in the mid lane. I don't even know who he got. He gets dusted. But a Fiend's Grip onto Extravagant, and then Jeb there with the Shockwave. And the Nightmare, or sorry, the Brain Sack. And Karma just running around for his life after being dusted. So a 2-for-2 trade, very extended, all over the map fight there.
Yeah, nice job there. A nice return kill on the Queen of Pain, really making it all worth it that the Earthshaker went down. So kind of a little bit of an overextension. I'm not sure if Extravagant could have gotten out after that kill. Maybe he was trying to... I don't know. Were you watching that? Was he trying to go on Cahill or something like that?
He was just Fiend's Grip the entire time, and then Shockwave from Jeb came out, and then a Brain Sap, and he was dead. Primacy Seed. And since he had just blinked to take out Jaxter, Blink was on cooldown for like maybe a second.
Yeah, Karma does pick up a Javelin, so 100 gold away from his MKB. That's going to be crazy. And Jeb also picking up a Blink Dagger from that kill on Extravagant middle lane, so I feel like Requiem really have everything they need to right now to take huge fights. I'm not sure. Ravage is up, so they're going to have to be a little bit careful, but they do have the Blink RP, so if they can take out Tidehunter before he gets the Ravage, or at least just kind of survive it, maybe not under the tier 2 tower like the last fight was, then they're going to be in good shape to easily win a battle.
Yeah, and they should wait on this MKB from Weaver. Yeah, he's got it finished right now. He's got an Illusion Rune, and it is finished on the Illusions. He's going to be hitting for a lot with all the 3 of those people. Working onto Extravagant, there's the lane. Weaver just going to just melt it. Nice defensive disrupt to buy some time, and the Blink out. Wow, huge save there, but Kish going nuts to try to get Extravagant, and maybe a little too aggressive there with the ball lightning, but Jwar going down immediately there for Chibiusa's minion, and then a nice Nightmare onto, it looks like it was on Chibiusa, the Jakiro.
Look at the Weaver doing tons of damage.
And a nice Nightmare onto Rainbow. Man, Karma just picking up tons of kills there. To say, Cahill was a playmaker in that situation. He kept quite a few people disabled, 2 people disabled during that fight. And still 4 for 3 again under the tier 2 tower.
Yeah. I guess after that fight we can do a little bit of an item check to see any big items coming out. Cahill picking up that Necro Book. Kish going for a Blacking Bar now. That's a really smart item, I feel, if you get Orchided. Like he has been getting Orchided by Extravagant and pretty much dying actually right after that. Then that BKB will come and play a huge factor. Jaxter, I'm not sure how, let's see how close he is to his Blink Dagger. Pretty far away. He's got a big wave bottom, but I think he's going to give it to Weaver anyway. And Jeb's pretty much got all he needs. He's got the Blink Dagger. On the Dire here, Not too much. Rainbow picking up a Sanj, so that could be an Abyssal, or sorry, not an Abyssal. I don't know, what do you, maybe what's that?
Heaven's Halberd.
Yeah, I don't know if that, is that really that good against a Weaver though? I guess it's alright.
Yeah, he's
maybe just a Sanj and Yasha. It's not really that common.
No, it only works on melee. It doesn't work on ranged.
Oh, okay, so Sanj and Yasha, I guess?
Maybe. I think maybe we could read it in the store. I know it has some thing about. I don't want to accidentally leave the game though.
Oh no, it's okay. Extravagant, just being constantly under pressure, dying in every team fight. He's only got the Orchid Malevolence, so struggling a little bit there. I think maybe going. Would be wise to go for a BKB as well, since the Storm Spirit is doing that. So kind of has to just keep up with Storm Spirit at this point.
I figured it out.
And other than that, not much items.
The disarm lasts for 4.5 seconds on ranged and only 3 on melee.
Okay, so it's better against
That's
range,
what it has led me to believe. So yeah, I guess it would be quite good for Weaver at this point. And it probably goes through Lincoln's. And a Yasha there just now picked up. So working towards a Manta, I guess, is Karma.
Yeah, the only problem with that is Weaver's not the sort of hero that like pops a BKB, like, you know, uses like a big spell and then like that's it. They have to fight right then. He can just get disarmed and Sakuchi out of there for 4 seconds, no problem. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that's the best item. It might just be a Sanj and Yasha, and we're kind of just overanalyzing it.
Perhaps. Here comes the push for the mid tier 2. More of a push, less of a massive team fight on the tier 2 tower. So sieging it up here a little bit. Probably working for the better, and I think Chibiusa's just gonna let him take it and defend in base because they got that big defensive Ravage. And a nice ward placed down there by Requiem. Keeping tabs when they leave the base.
Requiem. Yeah, they're gonna go for Roche here, I think, or at least bait it out. It's probably the much safer thing to do instead of going for high ground, which I don't think they can take. But they're gonna wait here.
Looks like we might
Look
just
at
have
this.
a
This
fight.
is sneaky. They're waiting in the bushes.
They're just baiting. Shadow Poison scouts it. JNT gonna maybe get Orchided, I don't know. Here's the dust, no Ravage used. There's the Ravage now. It's wasted. Oh, but a huge Sonic Wave coming out from Extravagant. Kish again, Orchided. The 30% damage from Orchid would have taken him out anyway. A bit of a fight going on up here. Arma just doing work on JNT. Gonna take out Jwar as well, no problem with the MKB and Germanite. And then Shockwave from Jeb, he might actually take it, I'm not sure. And will you not? He does not miss uphill, that's a double kill, but we still got fighting going on. Got Chibista, gonna be a little caught out, the team around. So that's 3 for 2 right now, triple kill for Karma. Karma's net worth is just skyrocketing. And here we're gonna find Rainbow Dash Cake. The RP goes through Rage, canceling that TP, probably worth it right there. Now they can most likely Rax, and Karma getting an ultra kill. Finishes an ultimate orb, very close to a Manta now. The next big item for him. And 17.5k net worth.
Yeah, he's kind of now. He's having a really good game. That offensive tri lane worked out so well for them. And I think while you were watching the fight that was going on with Weaver, I was watching back here. Well, it's not over yet. It's just going to be able to scooch away though. I was watching in the back line, seeing exactly what you mentioned the last fight. Cahill just being able to disable 2 people at once, using sleep on 1 person and using his ultimate on Rainbow Dash. So he was able to survive actually for a long time before he was finally killed off. But yeah, like you said, taking 2 people out of the fight, just 1 guy, and then the rest of his team is able to mop up the rest of Chibiusa's minions. So really nice play here by Cahill, we're seeing.
Yeah, that is the power of Bane. That's why people like to pick him up. Also, the Nightmare couples well with quite a few abilities in Dota 2, such as Illuminate from the Coddle, or even the Fisher from Earthshaker we've seen a couple times. Yeah. But here comes a Roshan. A fairly ballsy Roshan attempt here from Chibiusa's minions. I believe Requiem knows. Yeah, they're kind of lined up. No Blink Dagger on Jackster yet, but he's got a lot of money, so I assume that's what he's saving for. And they back off, I think smartly so. That could have been game throwing right there if they got caught in the Roche pit. Especially with Ravage down.
Karma's got his full Manta style ready right now. It's just going to be flying out to him right now. Kish did pick up a Mithril Hammer, so he's about 500 gold away from that Black King bar. 600 actually, and then so I think they'll have to wait until that comes off before they take the fight. As we saw in that fight, I think I mentioned this one of like our previous casts, was kind of a coincidence, but he just starts balling in, and Tidehunter popped the Ravage, and they were able to kill Kish off before he did anything. So that's what I remember mentioning. That's the point of the Tidehunter is like you can just pop the Ravage as you see Storm Spirit coming in, and then easily able to stop that. So with the Blacking Bar, that'll totally go away. You can just Blacking Bar, ball in, and then take the Tidehunter out before he's able to do anything. So we'll have to see if that's what they do. Maybe they'll wait, maybe they won't. I don't know. I think a Roche would be good if they just set up some wards and played it kind of carefully. Maybe just putting the Weaver and another hero in there while the rest stay out, then I think they could easily take it, but they're just going to split push right now.
Yeah, split push going to work out for him. Karma getting a little caught up top. He gets Orchided, but able to get out. I didn't even think of power on a Weaver. That's going to be doing quite a bit of extra damage, especially with the Geminite attack. Geminate? Whatever. Yeah, I don't know. It's always scary to try to take a Roche when the other team has a Blink Dagger or Tidehunter, though. It's like the opportunity is there for such a big play. It's just terrifying to go into that pit. But again, if you only put 2 in there, I think Weaver could take Roche out pretty quick.
They would have to be very careful. Instead, they're just gonna, like, I guess, kind of choke Chibiusa's minions into their base, and that's fine as well. They're not getting any farm right now. Just the few creep waves that come to their base. So they continue to shut it down, maybe ward up the jungle especially, and just keep farming. That's also another option for them.
Coming to Kish right now, and I think with that, they may go, because Kish is going to be pretty deadly, since they don't have an amazingly strong right clicker. I guess Snake still does hit pretty hard, but I mean, he's going to be focused by Weaver, or most likely Bane actually. And there's a stun on the JNT and a Nightmare, and everyone's going in. Jeb gets Orchided, not going to be able to RP, and the Fisher blocks him in there for a while, but somehow still alive. Kish's Blacking Bar doing a lot of good work there, but JNT with a huge Ravage able to take out 2 supports there for cGc, but Karma just comes over to play, and he's just doing insane amount of damage. There's Rainbow Cake down, Extravagant gonna go down as well, and I think Karma can 1v5 at this point. Just doing so much damage, hasn't even used Backtrack, I think he just used it, and got like 3 health back. Triple kill, beyond godlike for Karma right now, net worth at 21k, gonna be able to pick up Jwar as well, ultra kill, and yeah. So,
huge fight there.
I think Karma was strong because that was a bit of a miscue with Jacksters blocking them in there to the Dire base, and then they went down as a result.
Echo Slam and RP not even use that fight.
Yeah, and the mid-racks are gone. It's a 5-man wipe.
Just like you said, the Blacking Bar did a lot that fight. 10-second Blacking Bar on Storm Spirit is just, it's too crazy. Pretty much invincible, I'd say. And yeah, he was able to ball in and out and do lots of damage. All the while, Karma, like you said, just pretty much 1v5ing everyone with the help of a few supports and stuff like that. So 2 racks is going down. Chibiusa's been in a lot of trouble here. We'll see if Karma back out, do a Roche or something like that. Otherwise, they're going to have to push the bottom lane and just go in for the mega creeps. But I think Roche is the right idea right now.
It never hurts. So yeah, they most likely will. Everyone's just respawning, and they're going to have to defend their tier 4s right now, able to take a quick Roche. Everyone from Requiem here pretty much topped off on health and mana. So they're going to take this Roche and just siege up that bot. Most likely power through that bot lane and get the racks for the megas. And just to check the gold graph for fun, I expect it to be 16k, 17k is advantage both now for cGc.
Whoa.
Kish just demolished Roche. Can he solo Roshan like that? I wonder if that works.
No, I don't think that'll damage him.
Oh, is it just auto attack?
Yeah. He I guess he really wanted that Aegis. Aegis on Storm Spirit is literally the best, I feel, on any hero. Just come back with full mana, full health, so
yeah, it's so
really
annoying.
No joke.
So much mobility. Him and Weaver, I don't know, I would not want to play against this lineup right now, especially as well as Kish ended up doing and Karma has been doing the whole game. So much mobility.
Yeah, Karma actually has a butterfly on his way.
So I might want to wait for that, but maybe not even need it. Is that Necronomicon level 3? Yes, it is. And here comes an initiation by Kish, and the BKB RP only used on Extravagant, but I guess it's useful to take him out of the Fiend's grip on the JNT, but he goes down from Kish, blinking over. Able to get the Ravage off, actually, and Chibiusa going to go down as well. Rainbow Cake considered pretty low health here, as well as Jrar. Nice and fast, able to heal up, maybe get away. Kish, I guess Karma actually able to take out Jwar as he runs away, and that's like the 3rd ultra kill, I believe, for Karma. Kish goes down, but he's probably happy to die. The new Aegis sound from the patch is nuts, but at least it's not like the buyback they tried to put in that one time that scared the crap out of me.
Oh, that was horrible.
It was pretty
There's
bad.
the GG
And there's
call.
the
Mega kicks.
GG.
Yeah. So the 4-0s going against each other here in the CEVO round 5, and cGc.Requiem are going to be victorious.
Yeah, unfortunately the secret weapons for Chibiusa not able to show up. They got Misha from Gamer University and Black from Mouse Sports, but it is like 5 in the morning in Europe, so I don't know. But now Requiem 5-0, the only undefeated team. And yeah.
So I guess if you're watching this on DotaTV, you can check out our YouTube channel at youtube.com/fmbpdota. Probably should have mentioned that earlier, but I forgot.
Technical difficulties kind of threw us. But yeah, please check that out. Apologies for the technical difficulties. It's just really annoying with DotaTV sometimes. And Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube of fmbpdota.
It's all the same.
Yeah. Follow
We
on
might
all
do
of them.
another one tonight then, I think, right?
Yeah, we might try to get another CEVO game, so stay tuned.
Stick
Friend
around.
me or Callie if you want to watch. Peace!
See you guys.